What's up, guys? Not gonna be long. Just wanted to give a little bit of an update on things that the Father has me learning, me appreciating, I should say. And in fact, first, let me just show you this view real quick. This is actually the tallest hill in Yonkers. And from up here, you can kind of see the rest of the city. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna share with you guys a little bit what I've been taught the past couple of weeks as I've been trying to refocus. And the main thing that I learned to do again is to surrender. And I know, like, I've talked about that so many times, like in so many other live streams that I've done. But when you're facing spiritual attacks, man, you I just read this in a book, so I have to remember exactly what it said. I think it was in the Gospel of the Holy 12, but it said that the spirit of forgetfulness is the spirit of Satan, pretty much. Like, he's the one who gets on people, and he makes people forget these things. And this is why we even have these scriptures, and we were commanded to write these laws down and put them on our foreheads, put them on our clothes, so that we can remember. Because when he comes after us, he gives us a spirit of forgetfulness. So it's very important. It's very important for me and everyone else to constantly remember why things are the way that they are. Shalom, brethren. Thank you, bro. Thank you for stopping by. I know I got to answer your text. I'm going to guess another thing, man. I got so many emails, so many beautiful emails, man. I haven't answered them, but I have read them, though. I have read them. So thank you so very much, guys. So, what was I saying? I think it was about forgetfulness. He's the one who puts the spirit of forgetfulness on us, when he's trying to get in our heads. I'll give you an example. He also accuses as well. So pretty much, just to put it in a nutshell, what I had been going through was with a lot of this information that I've been sharing and stuff like that, and as well as like my past interactions with people. I've tried to, help others, and then they kind of like shit on me, and I was feeling deterred about just like it's like a culmination of it all. And I'm just like, damn, like I don't got anything, man. Shalom. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'm not gonna be too long. I'm just sharing this beautiful day. I don't get these many beautiful days, but we have been recently. But yeah, I was just getting deterred with all the treatment, man. And I started to be forceful. I'm just like, yo, I'm sick of all this, man. Like, I'm sick of all this, So I was acting like that. And, this is how I know, like, this is the Father speaking to me, because he didn't dismiss my feelings. He didn't say, no, you're wrong, you're wicked for even thinking that, for questioning me, you dare defy me. No, that's not how it was. It was more so like, like guiding me, like in this way, like, all right, well, why don't you sit down and listen to this? So I'll be like sulking, right? Going on my walks, right? And he'll just have me just sit down and start looking at these birds like fly and eat. And I'm like, I don't know why I'm here, but I just get a strong feeling, no, stay here, watch them. And as I sat there and watched the birds, and I was at this park, that's why I'm even here at this park now. I was at this park doing that. And I just got this, as I was watching them, I was getting taught by them. It was the craziest thing. Well, it's not that crazy because I've spoken about it before, but I hadn't been outside for a while because it's been so cold. But I was watching them, you know, eat, right? So I have bird food that I usually bring outside. Is right here. It's bird seeds that I usually, bring outside to feed the animals and stuff. And I was throwing it at them, but they weren't eating it. And I was just like, that's weird. Usually, the birds, they eat the food, especially at parks because people feed them. But they weren't eating my food. And instead, they were just like going about their business, doing their thing. They're not depending on me to get fed, right? They just know food is gonna be there. It's always there. And then that's when I realized I'm supposed to be like them. And then I remembered, wait a minute, that's a scripture. It says that, the birds, they're not worrying about when they're gonna eat or how they're gonna eat, stuff like that. They're not worried about stuff like that. Only we worry about stuff like that. And I was just like, damn, right? So I had to go home and I had to apologize to the Father for me behaving this way, man. Because it's been rough. It's been rough, bro. It's been rough. It's been really cold. I don't like the cold at all. I love being outside. Love being, in the sunlight and stuff like that. So it's been rough. But on the flip side, he's been having me study all these different things, bro. Like I told you guys last time about, you guys should look up the book Abram Millen, The Mage. Yeah, I'm saying it again, even though I was thinking about maybe I shouldn't say it again, because that book, I was like led to that book. I have so many books in my Google Drive, but my sister, she just randomly chose a book and started reading it. And then that's when we were like, wait a minute, this sounds like it's our people who wrote this. And then we started really reading the book and we're like, wow, this stuff's amazing. Let me check out some comments. This is crazy, yo. I was just sitting here thinking this. I'm glad you're doing better. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you so much. And I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be back. Not this week. I don't know. But I have a lot of ideas. But anyway, he's been having me study a lot of different things. I was looking at Abram Millen, right? And he was pretty much going over the fact that it took him so long to find this hidden knowledge, this Kabbalah knowledge. It took him until he was like 90 years old. He went through all these different societies and groups of people, right? And they all had some sort of truth, but he learned that the truth comes from the source. And I'm thinking about it in the negative way. I'm saying, man, it took him until he was 90 years old to find out this information. I'm not trying to be like him. Like, this is like, oh, life is dreadful if that's the case, right? I'm bitching and complaining. Not supposed to be doing that, but that's the type of place I was in. So another thought came to my mind, and I'm just like, well, maybe I should look at it as he went through that. I'm 26 and I'm able to learn what this guy learned at age 90 and then some. Is that not a blessing? And it just changed my whole perspective, changed my whole mood, changed how I looked at things, right? It's all about perspective, bro. With everything, it's all about perspective. That's why I talk about it a lot on my channel. With anything, right? Even when it comes to like critical race theory or just stuff like that, what I just said, it's all about perspective. With perspective, you gain understanding, you gain wisdom. So other than that, I'm just looking up a lot of different things, bro. Like, soon we're gonna go over the real tree of life. The tree of life model that they show us is not the real one. That's actually a wicked one, believe it or not, because they have cut off the source. They have cut off the Most High. They've cut off knowledge, and they've cut off the Most High. So we're gonna go over that. It's pretty much the Metatronic tree of life versus the crystal tree of life. It is about the frequency, the oneness of the Most High. What is the true frequency? Everyone talks about 432 frequency, That's not necessarily the truth. That's not necessarily the case. It's actually 512. Everything that's divisible by 2 is the true frequency of the Most High, because everything, like an atom, it starts as 1 and then it keeps multiplying, goes to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16. That's the true frequency of the Most High. That's the true frequency of the universe. And when I was, trying to tune some of my music to 512 or 256, it always went to 512.001. And I'm like, oh, they can't recreate this with technology. You could do anything else, but you can't do anything that is literally divisible perfectly by 2. Anything that goes back to the number 1, when you divide and it can go back to 1, the octaves can go back to 1. They can't do it with technology. And we're going to go over how that connects with the different crosses and symbols that they have over here in the Americas, the Fibonacci sequence versus the crystal sequence. We're going to go over that stuff because that stuff is so important, man. It's really helping me understand like what the Most High is and how simple he truly is. He's complex, but at the same time, he's simple, right? It's crazy, Let me read some comments. Nice weather, beautiful weather. I'm in a tank top, bro. Like, it's crazy. So also, I was studying, because I haven't gone over like the full moon energies that come, the different energies that come with the full moons and stuff like that. But I researched it this time around because I'm just looking for answers and stuff. And it's actually interesting because this full moon, it strongly resonates with me because it's a full moon in Virgo, right? That's my astrological sign. And what it's doing for me is that's actually bringing a deeper perspective. And it's actually helping me go back to seeking validation from within rather than doing it from the outside. You see, and this is actually how I've been like for a long time. Like a lot of people, they have complained about this. They thought, oh, like, he's just irresponsible. He's like nonchalant. He's carefree about life. Like like he doesn't want any responsibility. And it's just like, no, it's not that I don't want responsibility. Is that I don't want responsibility in a wicked captivity, right? And I've just always been that way. Like I just don't want to do it. I'd rather get a decent paying job and just live a simple life. I don't need all this luxurious stuff. Like I really prefer, happiness. I'm not seeking for anyone's approval, nothing like that. Like I'm not about to get no 7-figure job just so I could buy some girl a bunch of jewelry and stuff. Like I never cared about stuff like that. But throughout time, like I kind of went away from that because now I'm responsible for taking care of my little sister now that we've left my father's house, and it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, especially since she's the type who she's not materialistic, but she likes material things, right? I don't know if that makes sense. Like if I just tell you like, yo, like we can't do this, she's like, okay, cool, right? But she still wants it, and I'm just like, damn, like this sucks, bro. So I put that pressure on me to like, yo, like I gotta do this at least for her. Like me, I would be comfortable sleeping in a cardboard box. I don't really care about stuff like that. I don't really care about stuff like that. But when other people are involved, I do care about it, right? But now, what this energy is on the earth is kind of showing me that I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that, And I truly am a son of the earth, the son of the mother, right? And I need to trust in my mother, that she's going to, nurture and provide for me and my little sister and for all of you guys. Our Father is going to provide the spiritual knowledge that we need to excel ourselves, So that's that's what I've been kind of learning. I've been doing even like Tai Chi breathing, trying to activate, you know, the chi energy that we have. Um, it's crazy stuff, bro. I've been into a lot of different things. I love your videos, Joshua, and admire your persistence. That's what it takes. Our Abba has you covered. All praises to the Most High. Thank you, sister. I really appreciate that. And I hey, and again, I'm very appreciative of all the people who reached out to me. I haven't answered them, but you know, don't feel discouraged or think that I'm ghosting or nothing. No, I just needed some time, bro. I just need some time. I need to clear my head. There's a lot of trolls on YouTube. There's a lot of trolls in general, and I also had to take a step back, because it just made me realize, like, you know, like life is so much better without all this, you know, technology, this internet stuff. But at the same time, you know, this stuff allows me to spread information, you know, to make people's day a little bit better, you know, with this information. So it made me realize that, you know, helping people is a lot better than silencing trolls. So, but I'm definitely in a much better state right now. I've been doing a lot of like you know, breathing meditations and stuff like that. It's helped me clear my mind, and it's helped me refocus on things I actually want to do. You know, like I have to ask some questions. Do I want to do, you know, this YouTube channel? Do I want to do this stuff? And I've tried to quit so many different times, guys. Like if I could, I think it's past 10 already that I've already tried to quit doing videos, doing all this stuff. Like I've tried to quit many times, but you know, the Father, he keeps me going. You know, he keeps me going. She's a girl. They need that. Yeah, I know, bro. Yeah, like that's how women are, and you know, that's how they're supposed to be. They're supposed to want to, you know, have provisions and stuff. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's only when they start to worship those provisions that's when it becomes a problem. But my sister, she doesn't worship them. She just needs them, like all women do, you know. So while that made me feel bad, now I'm just like, well, what am I gonna do about it? Like all I could do is try my best, you know. That's all I could do. So I feel a lot better with that. And who knows, these police might pay me, because after I get this court, after I go on trial for this ticket, I'm gonna sue the daylights out of them, bro. My lawyer's already salivating to do it. So, you know, I'm all right. Oh, the bee just flew on me. Do what you're doing by taking care of your people. Well, thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. There's something else that I wanted to mention. Forgot. But there's just been a lot of things that you know, I've been trying to study in the meantime. I thought about doing a prophecy video, but it was just like, it was a lot, and I was debating if I wanted to, you know, to come back with the video so soon. Let me see. Oh, going back to what I was talking about earlier about Abraham Millen the Mage, like, bro, that information is so very powerful. Do you guys know that we actually, well, when I mean we, I'm talking about like our patriarchs, like Abraham, Moses, even Solomon and David. They all had this information. The difference with Solomon is that, you know, he fell with this information. He fell, and it doesn't tell you how they fell. How did Solomon, you know, how did it happen? Now it does in the Testament of Solomon, but this book, man, he pretty much like says how you're supposed to work with these demons. Now, a lot of, you know, over religious people, they're gonna be like, what? Working with demons? But check this out. What we're actually supposed to do, or what we can do, is we can bind these demons and have them work as our slaves. And what all these different people around the world are doing is they're actually worshiping these demons, when in all actuality, we are 100 times stronger than they are, and they know this. And this is why they go out their way to hide this information. Because why would they want to be enslaved? They don't want to be enslaved. They don't want to be enslaved. They want to keep ruling over people. And this is also what upsets the Most High the most, especially when our people, when the descendants of Jacob, the ones who are the most spiritually inclined, the spiritually strongest, the people who the demons probably would fear the most, the ones who have the most clout are and they are the ones that are, whoring around with demons. That's going to make him very, very sad. Because if anyone should be able to control these forces of darkness, it should be us. Right? So he was pretty much saying like, hey, so after you go through the whole ritual that he talks about in the book, what you have to do is when the demons come, after you summon these demons, I just thought about something, bro. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right, I'm about to save that thought. But once you summon these demons, they're going to start questioning you like, oh, get down on your knees and beg for mercy, and we might spare you if you worship us. And pretty much what Abraham Millen says is talk to them very monotonely and just tell them simply, I don't worship anyone but the Father. Now, you are going to do what I say, because that is the law that the Father has commanded. So you need to follow this law. So after that, then they're going to start to accuse you, and they're going to say, well, you're a sinner. You did this, that, this, and that. Right? So why would we, bow down to you? What type of stuff is that? Like, you're wicked. Well, I'm not going to bow down to a wicked man. Right? And what you have to answer back and say is, well, that's none of your business. Whatever I've done, that's between me and the Father, but I still have the, I still have the dominion over you. So I'm not answering you. Right? And pretty much it's going to keep going like that until they finally give up. And they're just like, all right, fine. But, just try not to be rude and disrespectful, pretty much. And I was just like, what the hell? And if they don't listen to you, you can send your guardian angel to chastise them. And you can make these demons do whatever, you want to do. Now, once you have this power, if you abuse this power, now you're going against the Father. This is why I said you don't use some of this stuff to get back at people. Just use this stuff to amplify yourself. You see, what these Ish people do is they summon golems and have them kill us in our hoods. They summon golems and have them teaching on top of mountains, yelling that they're the last prophet. That's what they do. We don't use them for that, right? Unless the Father commands us or allows us to do that. But what we can do is use it to help ourselves get out of our situations. You can have them build you a house, send you money, do all type of stuff. Just make sure that you're not offending the Father with this stuff. That's very important. I don't want to lose internet, so I don't want to go that way. Now, what I was going to say earlier is that, that show Pokemon? That's what it is. Bro, I was just like, oh my gosh, that's what Pokemon is based off of. You're capturing these different demons, right? You have to battle them, right? You battle them and you capture them. Yo, that is crazy, bro. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go read Abraham Millen the Mage and the Testament of Solomon. They go over all these things. And I think someone said in my live stream that when the Babylonians sacked the Temple of Solomon, they released all those demons that he had stored in the temple. Like those idiots, bro. That's crazy. That show Pokemon is just that. It's capturing these demons, using their powers, for what you see fit, right? Because they are our slaves. They are our slaves. And they and all the other nations have been obeying them, whoring out to them, and even our people have too. But that has to stop. They've always been our slaves. That's crazy. Trust me, fam, I wanted to quit YouTube a billion times. It's full of negative vibrations. I only do this to love on our family. Otherwise, I would be out. Oh, man. I 100% agree with that, bro. Because, I don't know, man. A lot of people, it's like they never had a voice in real life. And they just see this as, okay, I can finally be the popular kid or something like that. It's so weird, bro. It's so weird. Like, I've always been that type of person who was never like in a clique. I was always like doing my own thing, you know. So I don't understand all that cliquey weird behavior. Like, I don't understand it. A lot of this, like, you know, really like incredulous behavior, this haughty, proud behavior. Like, I don't get that. Like, people don't speak to people like that in real life. So I don't understand why people do it over the internet. And, you know, and stuff like that, it's disheartening, because I do put a lot of work into this. I pray about certain things. I'm like, you know, Father, where's this? Where's that? And I get answers. And then I share it on YouTube, and I have people scoffing at it. And I'm just like, you know, how dare you scoff at this? But now I'm just more like, you know what? I don't even care, bro. You know? All I do now is I just grieve with the Father, because he's grieving, because it's his information, bro. I don't need to get upset. I just need to grieve with him and move on. 8 years ago, I lost my job. In retrospect, it was the Most High's desire to reset my life, and that he did. Watch for it.